And that's where multiple data sources become important. So, you talked about, PayPal or Shopify or Stripe, anybody. And if you take that data, plus you have bank data, and now you're right, bank data, you might have multiple accounts, right? You might have multiple businesses. And so I think there's a couple of things. One is there's a little bit of education that needs to happen with the business or the consumer. And we need to understand like what your primary bank account is. Now, the exciting thing I do find about bank account, if you get it right, and particularly for small businesses that don't necessarily have multiple bank accounts, like you can actually build a P&L off of your bank account, right? So if you categorize the data really well, which not everybody does, but if you do it really well, you can understand what is payroll, what is your cost of goods sold, what is your revenue? What is your overhead? Like, how are you paying your vendors? Like you can get to that level of granularity. And then if you think about, the PayPal example that you gave me, I can then go and triangulate potentially that bank and understand, okay, what percentage of the share of your till do I actually have by looking at this bank? And that really can help inform some of my decisions around, your cash flow and your ability to pay and your indebtedness and all those other things. So, it's now you have these, like I said, these disparate data sources and how do you stitch it together is really the big challenge.